If you do have any questions throughout the auction, I know you're all familiar with both Andre and Audwin who are on this call, so you're more than welcome to text or call them during the auction if you need any assistance, and they'd be more than happy to help. With all that said, ladies and gentlemen, it would still be remiss of me to not very quickly touch on the opportunity that is available for you here today, and it's such a rare one at that. The first time offered for sale in some 50 years, ladies and gentlemen, which gives you a testament to not only the quality of the home, but the ability for you and your family to just grow with it and develop with it, and make it exactly what you want. It's got fantastic sized rooms, great proportions, highlighted by that absolutely brilliant living rumpus area upstairs with the minibar, which our vendors had the billiard table and everything set up. It's such a brilliant room, and that's just a whole way through for that matter as well. I think the big thing for me as well as a buyer here, not only have you got great sized rooms, a great quality home, a really good floor plan, but for me it's your ability to take what's already there and make it your own as well. Improve it yourselves, add some value, and turn it into exactly what you're looking for. It's on some 755 square meters of land as well, so rare to find, and for me it's just in the pocket of Wheelers Hill that you want to be. And if you don't know much about Wheelers Hill, let me tell you, you're in for such a special treat. Some of the best quality restaurants, cafes, parks, schooling, whether that be primary or secondary, you're walking distance to it all, and it's all available for you and your family for what will be 50 years, because you just won't leave once you get in. But ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from me. It's over to you. I'm happy to see an opening bid, a start, an offer. Who'd like to go first? Nothing seems to change between online or the street. No one likes to go first. That's okay. First one's the hard one, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot easier from there, let me tell you. I don't mind where we start. You guys can pick. It's where we finish that counts. Happy to make a vendor bid, but it's just a lot better if we get some audience participation early on. Something towards the bottom end of our price range. I would have thought that was a fair start, a reasonable start, something around 1.3. Would anybody like to take that up? As I said, you can put it in the chat box, or you can take yourselves off mute and verbally express that. Happy to start anywhere around that figure. Would anybody like to go first? No? I'll make a vendor bid then, and we'll move it along. So I will make a vendor bid of $1.3 million. Nice and easy start and a gentle start from me. And $1.3 million, ladies and gentlemen, happy to move along in 10s or 20s at this level. You can pick. But a $1.3 million, 1-3 with a whole bunch of noughts attached at the end, you can pick that next increment of 10 or 20. I know there's a few here keen to buy, so now's a pretty good time to jump in. But a $1.3 million, we are off and away. At 1-3 bid now, looking for 10 or 20 in the rise. As I said, some 755 square meters, 5-bedroom home, absolutely stunning sized room at a 1.3 screaming value at that level. And a $1.3 million over to anybody else for 10 or 20 in the rise. You can pick at $1.3 million even money now. At 1.3, looking for 10 or 20 in the rise now. First time, and thank you, Sybil or Sybil, I'm sorry, I'm not 100% sure. I might go Sybil at 1.310, and welcome into you and good luck. I'll just ask as well, if you use the whole increment for your future bidding, that'd be great. But at 1.310, I've got you now. At 1,310,000, we're off and away, ladies and gentlemen. At 1,310,000, looking for a second base in this race now. At 1,310,000 with Sybil there. Over to anybody else, jump in now with 10 or 20 on top. But at 1.310, we are off and away. Over to anybody now to jump in with 20 on top. At 1,310,000, who'd like to jump in, join this race. At 1,310,000 now, over to you. First time in calling at 1,310. Second time at $1,310,000. Third call then at $1,310,000. We done? We finished. We silent at $1,310,000. Nice, easy start for you, Sybil. It looks like everyone's a bit shy, a bit nervous today. That's okay, though. We might have to take our time. At 1,310,000, you are in front. I know there's a few people on the chat looking to bid today, so if you do intend to do so, you will need to at some point. At 1,310,000, maybe get that coffee or tea that you've already got set up at home. Get it going now. At 1,310,000, we are off and away. Only looking for 10,000 or 20,000 on top. You can pick that next increment. At 1,310,000 over Sybil, they've done that. Over to anybody else now on the chat to jump in with 10 or 20. At 1,310,000, as I say, some 755, 5-bedroom, brew-in-size rooms with the ability for you to turn it into what you could possibly want as well. And at 1,310,000, I know it's parked behind me, but what a great street presence as well. The kind of home you're really proud to drive up to at night time, as our vendors have. And at 1,310,000 now, Sybil, your opportunity, and a great opportunity at that. At 1,310,000, over to anybody else now to jump in with 10,000. First time at $1,310,000. Second time at $1,310,000. Third time at $1,310,000. We all done? All finished? All silent at that figure of $1,310,000?
Let's move it along, Ben.
Move it along to what, Audwin?
320.
20 it is then, and I'll make a vendor bid of 1,320 against you, Sybil. Over to anybody else, Sybil, principally against you, so you can jump in with 30 or 40 if you'd like, but a vendor bid from me at 1,320,000. Anybody else can bid above that as well, but principally against you, Sybil. Appreciate your participation to this point. Get back on top of my bid with 30 if you'd like. But 1,320,000 vendor bid with me now, principally against you. Anybody else can jump in now, just with a simple $10,000. At 1,300,000, thank you for your offer of $5,000, Sybil. I will need to stay in $10,000 increments at this stage, but I appreciate it. So at 1,320,000, I'd need you to bid to 30 if you'd like to buy. At 1,320,000 would put you back in the pole position and in the box seat to secure the home. Welcome back to you. Thank you. At 1,330,000 there. At 1,330,000, it's just between you and I now. Maybe we should have just done the Zoom ourselves. With 1,330,000, I know there's a few more here that are keen to buy. You will need to bid at some point to do so. So at $1,330,000, not sure what everyone's waiting for, but now's a good time to jump in at $1,330,000, only looking for a gentle 10 on top of that figure. At $1,330,000 now, who'd like to jump in? Be that second face in the race, as I say. At $1,330,000, just looking for 40 now. At 1,330, over to you. First time at $1,330,000. Second time, $1,330,000. Third time at $1,330,000. We done? Finished? At $1,330,000. Ladies and gentlemen, as I say, I know there's a few people here that are keen to buy, so I'm not sure 100% what you're waiting for, but at $1,330,000, you will need to bid to do so. At $1,330,000, don't think I could be much clearer. We will need some audience participation to get us to the reserve to sell today. So at $1,330,000, you've got that opportunity to do so now. I only need $10,000 increments. Don't mind, we can move along at that level. At $1,330,000, over to anybody else now to jump in. Your last opportunity now. First time at $1,330,000. Second time at $1,330,000 now. Welcome to you, Jason, at 1,340, and Angel, welcome to you at 60 there. At 1,360, good to see some more audience participation, and welcome to the auction to the both of you. At 1,360,000 now with you, Angel. Jason, Sybil, principally against the both of you. Welcome you in for another 10 on top if you'd like. That'd be 70. But Angel's got the bid now. Principally against you both, still moving along in 10s at this stage. Anybody else can jump into the auction now, and it's nice to see we're starting to move along. At a 1,360,000 $1,360,000. Jason or Cyber, principally against you both. You can just move us along to 1.4 if you'd like, and we'll just get the whole boring part out of the way. But $1,360,000 now with Angel. Back at the both of you to bid now and be involved. At $1,360,000, who'd like to jump back and be back on top now? At $1,360,000, back at the both of you. First time now at $1,360,000. Second time at $1,360,000. Jason Sobel, principally against you both. Jump back now with another 10 and make it 70. Third time at $1,360,000. Are you both done? Finished? At $1,360,000 now with Angel. Over to both of you. Are you both out? Are you done? Finished? At $1,360,000. Surely not. But what I say is absolutely stunning residence, some 755 square meters of land. You will not find another home like this in this pocket. 5 bedrooms, brilliant sized rooms, and you can make it what you'd like as well. And welcome back to your cycle at $1,370,000. Good to see you. At $1,370,000, Angel, would you like to just make it 1.4? But at $1,370,000, be back on top now, back in the pole position to buy the home if you'd like to. At $1,370,000, you tried a big bold bid before, Angel. Love to see another one from you. At $1,370,000 now, back at you principally, or Jason, feel free to jump back in now if you'd like. But at $1,370,000, currently with Cyber there, $1,370,000. Angel, if you'd like another bid from you at $1,370,000, or Jason, as I say, or I know there's still a couple more here that are keen to buy. So at $1,370,000, as I say, we will need some more participation. And at $1,370,000, back at all of you now, what would you like to do? First time at $1,370,000. Second time at $1,370,000 now. Third call at $1,370,000. Angel, Jason, are we both done? At $1,370,000. And everybody else on this call, are we all done? All finished at $1,370,000. Because let's be clear, I don't need any vendor instructions. At $1,370,000. Welcome back at 80 with you, Angel. At 1,380, there it is. Sidle back at you now for 90 or 1.4. You can pick the 1 to 3. Jason, thank you for your question. It's not just yet, but we're incredibly close. So if you bid again, we will get there. So at 1,380,000, I'd love to see you bidding now at 1,390. At 1,380, welcome to you, Sidle. Welcome to you, Jason, at 1.4. At 1.4, there it is. An Angel or Sidle back at you, 10. Welcome back, Angel. Jason, 20. Straight back. Let's do it. At 1,410. It's moving along now and great to see. At 1,410 now with you, Angel. Jason Cyber back at you there. 1,420. Angel 30 if you'd like. At 1,420 now with Cyber back at you, Angel, for 30 if you'd like to. At 1,420, let's move along, or maybe 1,450. But at 1,420 now with Cyber, Angel, Jason back at the both of you. Another 10,000 if you'd like now. It's taken a while, but then we're getting there. At 1,430, welcome back. At 1,430, Cyber 40 or 50. You pick. At 1,430 now with Angel go. At 1,430,000, Cyber back at you. 40, 50, you pick the next increment at 1,430,000. First time at 1,430,000. Second time, 1,430,000. Third call then at 1,430,000. 40, welcome back, Cyber, at 1,440. And Nick and Sue, thank you for your question. I believe Ordwin is checking right now at 1,440,000. Angel back at you for 10 if you'd like at 1,440,000. And Nick and Sue, thanks for your question. I think Ordwin is just checking right now at 1,440,000 now with Cyber. Angel back at you if you'd like to for 50 at 1,440,000. Or Jason, haven't forgotten about yourself as well. Or Nick and Sue, feel free to jump in with a bid if you'd like to at $1,440,000 with Cyber now. First time at 1,440,000. Second time at 1,440,000. Third time at $1,440,000 with Cyber now. Angel, Jason, Nick, Sue, we all done? We all finished at $1,440,000. Are you all out? Finished and silent at that figure of $1,440,000. $40,000. Just need another 10 to get you back on top. Nick and Sue, as I believe Auden's checking, but 1,440. Angel, back at you if you'd like. Just make it 50. A nice gentle 10 on top of this level at $1,440,000. Currently with Cyber. Jason, haven't forgotten about you. I think there's still a couple more here keen to buy. So $1,440,000 now with Cyber. Back at any of you to jump in with $10,000 if you'd like to. Your last opportunity now at $1,440,000. First time at 144. Second time, $1,440,000 now. Third call at $1 million. Welcome. Angel, we stay in tens at this stage. Appreciate the offer of 5. Welcome back, 45 there. At 1,450 then. At 1,450,000 and Simon will back at you for 60 if you'd like to. 1,450 now with you. At 1,450,000 Angel, great to see you back. At 1,450,000 Simon back at you for 60 if you'd like to.
Selling.
At 1,450,000 now. Angel's bid at 1,400,000. Thank you, Andre, for the confirmation. On the market to sell. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, those magic words you've been waiting to hear. So if you need to bid, now's the time. At 1,450,000. Cyber will need to stay in bids longer than 1,000 order on your call. Or do you want to take the funds?
5,000, please.
5,000, and that's vendor confirmation. So Cyber, you need to stay in $5,000. Instructions from our vendor. Thank you. At 1,455, you're back on top and back in front to buy. At 1,455, Angel, back at you if you'd like. At 1,455, make it 60 or 65 or 70 or 75. 146, Jason, welcome back to you. Good to see you. Nick and Sue as well. You asked the question before on the market. At 1,465, Cyber, welcome back. Jason, 70 or 75 or 80 or maybe just 1.5. But a 1,465 now is Cyber. Back at you, Jason, principally. Anyone else can jump in now. First time, second time, third time in coin. 1,465. Jason, Angel, we both done. Finished at 1,465,000. Nick, Sue, I know you asked the question before. At 1,465 on the market to sell now. We are playing for the right to own this absolutely stunning home. And at 1,465, 50 years in the making this home. You'll line up for 50 years and you won't remember another 10. There it is. Jason, good to see you back. At 1,475 with Jason now. Simon, back at you if you'd like to. At 1,475, principally against you. Let's be swift about it. And welcome back at 80. At 1,480, Jason, let's just make it 1,5. We'll get it out of the way. At 1,480, we're going to get there anyway. At 1,480, let's just do it and not think about it. At 1,480 now is Cyber. Back at you principally, Jason. Anyone else can jump in though if they'd like. You've got time. At 1,480, let's start flexing those auction muscles. At $1,480,000 with Cyber there. Jason principally against you. Angel, Nick, Sue, haven't forgotten about you all. At 1,480, or perhaps a late coming to this race. At 1,480 now, first time. At 1,480. Second time, 1 million. Welcome, Jason. There it is at 1.5. Called for it. Got it. At 1.5, nice bidding. At 1.5, Cyber, back at you. Let's do it. At 1.5 million, let's go to 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50. But at 1.5, Jason's bidding strongly because it's a great quality home and you should be. At $1.5 million, certainly not another one of these coming up tomorrow. At $1.5 million with Jason, Cyber, back at you. Let's do it. At 1.5, you won't be thinking about your next bid. There it is at 1,505. Jason, what do you want to do? I think we stay strong. Let's do a 20 or something. But at 1,505, you can pick it at 1,505. Your call, Jason, principally. Anybody else can jump in. 10 it is at 1,510. And Cyber, back at you, 15. 1,510 with Jason. Cyber, back at you now for another 5 on top. Well, good news, they're down to 5s there. Maybe you try something bigger and bolder now and test them out at 1,510 with Jason. Cyber, welcome you straight back. Let's just do it at 1,510. Nick, Sue, Angel, haven't forgotten about all of you or another person to jump in now at 1,510 now. First time, 1,510 with Jason. Second time, $1,510,000. Third call at 1,510 now. We done. Finished 1,520. Nice bid, Simon. Welcome back to you. 1,520. Nice 10. At 1,520, Jason, can I suggest the same? Let's make it 30. Bang. Got it. At 30 there, Jason. Well done. And Simon, back you. 40 or 50, you pick it. At 1,530, though, back with Jason. Nice and swiftly too, which was good. At 1,530, Simon, back at you. 40, I think. At 1,530, let's flex it out. At 1,530, test it out. See what happens. At 1,530, only money. Can't take it with us. At 1,530 now with Jason. Back at you though, Simon, principally. Anybody else, as I say, still time. Good news, home's not sold yet, but it will be. At 1,530 because we're on the market to sell. Best time, 1,5. Welcome, Nick and Sue. Good to see you, 50. At 1,550 with a big bag, 20. I love that. At 1,550 and good to see you back. You asked the question before. Pleasure to welcome you now. At 1,550, Jason, principally against you. Maybe try a 20 as well. At 1,550, orders make it 1.6. At 1,550 though with Nick and Sue, a late comer to the race, always good to see. At 1,550 now, Simon, haven't forgotten about you too. At 1,550, or Angel, or if you needed any advice from Nick and Sue, they've just come in late. Maybe you try the same as well. At 1,550 there, nice late bid. At 1,550, Jason, Simon, principally against you both, welcoming another 10 or 5 or whatever you choose. Maybe there's something bigger like they did. At 1,550 though with Nick and Sue. Best time, second time, third time of $1,550,000. We done? Finished. And silent at $1,550,000. Paul, welcome into you. Another late comer to the race. Love to see that. 1,555. Whole bunch of fives at 1,555. Nick and Sue, another big bid. Let's do it at 1,555. Maybe 1,570 at 1,555 or 75. That was a 20 on top. At 1,556 it is. We'll shorten the fives at 1,556. Paul, back at you. What do you want to do now? What's the rebuttal? What's the retort? At 1,560 with Nick and Sue now. Back at you, Paul, principally. Jason Seibel, haven't forgotten about you both. You've been with us the whole way. Feel free to hang around now at 1,560. Another 5. See what happens. Another 1,560 though with Nick and Sue. Paul. At 1,560. Your opportunity now to jump back. First time at 1,560. Second time, $1,560,000. Third call at $1,560,000. Paul, Jason, Seibel, we all done? At $1,560,000. Welcome back, Jason. Another 10 on top, 70. At 1,570, Nick and Sue, maybe we just make it 1.6 and see what happens. At 1,570, now's the time to push, stretch, and really push those limits. At 1,570, because there's not another home like this. At like this at 1,570,000 with Jason, and good to see you, Paul. Haven't forgotten as well. If you'd like to jump back in now at 1,570,000 though with Jason now on the market to sell again, playing for the right to own the home at 1,570,000. Nick, Sue, Paul, what do we want to do at 1,570,000? Looking for your rebuttal now. First time at 1,570,000. Out. Thank you, Paul. Second time at 1,570,000, and I really appreciate you coming in today and your participation, as do our vendors. Seibel, thank you. Third time at 1,570,000 now. Nick, Sue, it feels like it's down to you or anybody else that's wanting to come in now. Now's the time to do so, because I need to be clear. We're on the market to sell, and I can't take late bids or offers. So 1,570,000 there with Jason, Paul, and Seibel. I appreciate you both confirming your intentions here today. At 1,570,000, Jason, it is with you. Nick and Sue, what would we like to do? You never know your luck in the big city. You bid, and he doesn't. You buy. Are you sure? Never. That's pretty important, trust me. At 1,570,000 $570,000. Never have to speak to Andre or Ordwin as well at $1,570,000 with Jason now. Everyone's last opportunity. Andre, have you got any calls to make? Or Ordwin? Ordwin.
Maybe $1,000. $1,000 if anybody is interested.
Happy to test out 1,000. Paul, Sybil, Nick, Sue, all up to you. Happy to test the thousands if it makes a difference. Jason, appreciate your patience. At 1,570, all of you three, your last opportunity. Anybody else's last opportunity now. We're happy to test out the thousands if it helps. First time at 1,570,000. Are you all done? Second time at $1,570,000. You're all out. Third call at $1,570,000. We're all done. All finished. All silent at $1,570,000. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Win Real Estate, we are selling then, and we're selling. Sold. Congratulations, Jason. Well bid, well bought. Really well done. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance here today. Commiserations to our underbidders. Thank you so much for your attendance. Jason, if you